So that kind of blew my mind. And he, like, what if we had a St. Paul today? I'm sure that's crossed your mind. Like, how do you think he would have approached social media today? Would it have been a podcast or YouTube podcast or Instagram? Would he have used it all?
That's an excellent, like, to actually literally consider
What would
that.
have his channel been too?
Well, first off, I want to say that Paul is alive and interceding for each one of us as a real, like, concrete reality in the life of a communicator. So I feel like at some point, if you're a communicator, Paul will saint stock you and desire, like, to intercede for whatever it is. But I think
Saint stock.
Yeah, saint stock. I mean, I think it's got to be podcast.
Yeah.
It's got to be podcast, just because his way of communicating was with his words, with speech, but not, I don't know, he wrote letters, so maybe a podcast with a blog. But I think there was something about his personality of desiring to be with people and in conversation with people that I feel like he might have been drawn to the podcast format today.
I would have loved to have seen him before he became Catholic. So perhaps a channel that hates the Catholics. The
There you go.
Catholics got it wrong. What fools, committing heresies, jumping the gun there, buddy, you know.
Yeah.
And then you know, through his conversion, it's totally seeing his page change, his profile, maybe his name even changing.
His handle changing.
His handle changing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still learning the lingo. So that's so cool to think of. Yeah, it just came to me on the spot. Like, what if St. Paul were to do it today? What would his channel be and all that? So, what are some things that you've taken from the event so far? Because you are, in a way, attendees as well, right?
Yes. Yeah. I'm just impressed with how many different themes have come up in this desire for community, of, like, sharing this journey together. There was a few talks just about pointers about how to be a better digital evangelizer online, and we just came out of a great talk of reminder that as Catholics we are the body of Christ and this desire to be one. But I think more than that, like, I loved his invitation of how do we take things virtually and bring them into the sacramental reality. And really, as any online evangelizer, we should be really considering that. How am I not only, like, doing that pre-evangelization of introducing them to Christian concepts, or however you're called to do that, in communicating the gospel either in a sneak attack way or a very direct way. But how are those people that are receiving the message then taking that next step, whether it's baptism or whether it's just having the courage to go inside of a church, or maybe they've been away from the church for a while and something you said struck them of maybe I should reconsider this faith that I walked away from, or maybe I just didn't know. I just didn't know the fullness of truth that the Catholic Church holds.
Awesome.